Are you doing the work of a manager, supervisor, director, or even trainer in your organization, but you don't have the title and you're not getting the salary? Have you ever noticed that the people in your organization will bypass the folks who have the titles, and they'll come to you, or maybe they go to somebody else and ask questions, seek advice on challenges that they're going through, seek counsel, whatever the deal is? Depending on your aspirations in your organization, you will probably find this to be really frustrating and at times even disheartening. Hey, I'm Deborah Pinnock, and this is #DebTalk. It's an informal mentoring space where you can come and find advice, guidance, thoughts, ideas to help you navigate the workplace. Today, I am going to be focusing on this topic, this idea of when you are doing the work, but you don't have the title and you're not getting the pay. First, I want to share with you the fact that John Maxwell says that this thing called leadership is about influence. Nothing more, nothing less. It's about influence. And then SHRM, the Society of Human Resources Management, talks about the different powers that are within an organization. And powers are, in essence, are similar to influence. So you have referral power. So this is someone who has a lot of influence because they're well liked and respected. You have another person who they have what's called expert power. And that's because they're really good at whatever it is that they do. You know that person where if you have a problem with this particular thing, you need to go to this particular person. And there are different types of powers, but the point is this. Leadership is not just about titles. There are folks who you are a leader even if you don't have the title, because leadership is about having influence. With that said, if you find yourself in a situation where you have been doing the work for years, 5, 10, 15, 20 years in an organization, and maybe you've been hoping and praying that perhaps they'll notice you and you'll eventually get that title, I want to share 3 things with you that I think can help if you take it to heart. Number 1, if you want that title and you want that salary, I'm encouraging you. Have the courage to ask. Don't just sit there hoping that they'll notice you and that they'll offer it to you. Just as in life, it's the same in the workplace. If you want something, you have to get the courage enough to ask for it. What I will say is, if you're going to ask, go with some backative. Do some research of your own achievements and accomplishments in the organization. How have you helped them earn more money? How have you helped them improve processes? How have you helped them get more sales? How have you helped your team? What are those things that you have done that has moved the needle in your organization? Practice sharing them, practice reciting them, practice simply stating them to your manager or to HR. The other thing that I would be sensitive about would be timing. It's not a good time to ask about getting a promotion, a raise, any of that when your company is laying off people. That is not a good time. So you gotta be sensitive about what's happening in the organization and have that sense of timing. Just one other thought, a friend of mine shared that someone at her job, a manager shared with her that the best time to ask for a raise is when you've just had an amazing performance review. So keep that in mind. So that's number 1, ask. Number 2, ensure that even though you don't have the title and you may not have the salary, don't allow that to determine how you feel and think about yourself. Sometimes if you've asked and you've been rejected, or other times you just found that you've been passed over and the person that got it you know that your qualifications are not the same, that yours are higher, whatever the deal is. There are different reasons in an organization why folks get promoted. That aside, you cannot allow that to impact how you feel and think about yourself. You can't start thinking, oh, I guess I'm not really a leader. They've passed me over, so maybe they're seeing something that I'm not, that I'm just not leadership material. Here's the thing. I want you to be truthful with yourself, and I'm hoping that you have some good friends and some mentors that will be able to speak truth into your life and let you know where your strengths are. But if you know that you've been doing that job, and if you know that you do have the qualities that are needed to be an effective leader at this point in your life, do not allow the actions or inactions of the organization in which you are to determine how you feel about yourself. You've got to be able to maintain that confidence in who you are. Sometimes this stuff can erode your self-esteem, so don't let it. Really fight to keep your mind, to guard your mind. Sometimes you got to talk to yourself, because the fact is, according to research, is that people could say all kinds of stuff to you. People who love you and know you can say all kinds of great things to you. But if you're not saying those things to yourself, it doesn't matter what they say. You're gonna believe what you say and what you believe about you. So make sure your self-talk is as it should be, that it's positive, that it's affirming. Make sure that you put yourself around folks who see that greatness in you and who will affirm and speak to you as you are a leader, okay? Don't let their actions or lack thereof impact how you feel and think about yourself. Number 3, invest in yourself and in your leadership development. Again, you can't wait for other people to see greatness in you, and you can't wait for them to invest in you. You have to believe in yourself enough. You have to value yourself and who you know you are and what you bring to the table enough to start investing and sharpening that. Peter Drucker actually says something that I think is so fabulous. He says, whatever strength you find in yourself, your job is to strengthen that particular strength and work the weaknesses out of that particular strength. You have to invest in yourself. Some of the ways you can do it. Number 1, start reading. Start reading some books that talk about leadership, that shows you how to think like a leader, that shows you tips and techniques. Some folks you can check out are John Maxwell, you can check out Simon Sinek, you can check out Peter Drucker. All of these folks write stuff on leadership, on management. All of those things will help as you're pouring into yourself to shift your mind and to help you grow. Take some courses on lynda.com, which is that course platform that LinkedIn oversees. Go back to school and get an associate's, get some certifications, get advanced degrees. Tap into some of the courses that are available to you through your job, through the learning management system. Make sure you check out tuition reimbursement stuff, but ensure that you are investing in yourself. What does this do? Well, number 1, the people around you start realizing how much you value you. They start seeing you growing and expanding. They start hearing some new things and some new phrases in their meetings, thoughts that you come up with, approaches that you have that they didn't hear from you a year or 2 years ago. Then they also start realizing that, oh, maybe the box that I had you in, I can't put you in that box because you seem to be growing and expanding and shaking up my concept of you. What it also does is, if you continue to try and go through the proper channels to seek, to advance, and to become a better and stronger leader by stepping in and stretching yourself and grabbing leadership roles within your organization, if you find that those opportunities are not there, investing in yourself says that you will be ready and equipped to branch out and seek opportunities elsewhere. In summary, if you're doing the work and you've been doing the work for so long, but you don't have the title and you're not getting the salary, some things that I would encourage you to do. Ask for it. You can't get what you don't ask for. It's rare that someone just offers it to you. I'm not saying that it doesn't happen, but it's rare. You gotta learn to ask for what you want. Make sure that you're bringing your back it is. You have some reasons why you're asking for it, and that you are being sensitive about the timing. Number 2, make sure that whether you have the title or not, ensure that it does not determine how you see and feel about yourself. Okay? Got to protect your mind. Number 3, invest in yourself. You have to become someone who is a continuous learner and someone who is growing. We are living in an economy and in a time that you cannot be content with just the training and the information and the fact that you got a degree 3 years, 4 years, 5 years ago. You can't be content with that. You need to be investing in yourself. You need to be learning and growing continuously, because that is what this moment in time and in our history is calling for. As a person of faith, I've definitely found myself in situations like this, but the way my faith has helped me is there is this statement, this belief that promotion is something that doesn't come from the east or from the west, that it comes from the Lord. And that gives me so much comfort. In other words, if something is for me, then it's for me and nothing can stop me from getting it. It's not to say I don't do the things that I'm talking to you about, but it's also for me to have that peace that if it doesn't happen in the time frame that I want it to happen to, that I can have that peace, that if it is for me, then it's for me. Thank you so much for watching this video, for just seeing this as a place that you can come and get that advice, that guidance to help you navigate the workplace. I truly appreciate you. And I want to invite you, if you found this video to be beneficial, if you found it to be helpful in any way, please stop and take a moment and like this video. I also want you to subscribe if this is your first time coming to my channel. I appreciate you. Go ahead and subscribe so that you can get videos when I publish them. And finally, please share it with someone. If there's someone out there that you know who is frustrated, who is disheartened because they're doing the work and they're tired and they're not getting the title, they don't have the pay to go along with that, I want you to take a moment and just right now share this video with them and send them a word of encouragement. All right, thank you so much again for watching. Till next time.